Look at your hand. How many fingers do you have? You can see them, you can feel them, and you are 100% certain they are there. But here is the uncomfortable truth from inside your own head. You cannot actually prove a single one of those fingers is real. This isn't a riddle, it's a biological trap. Everything you know about the world arrives in your brain through the same mechanical process. Light hits your eyes, and your brain turns it into color and shape. Pressure lands on your skin and becomes touch. Air vibrates and you call it sound. Your brain takes these raw signals and builds a picture out of them. And that picture is the only world you will ever actually meet. You have never once touched reality bare. You have only ever touched your brain's translated version of it. Philosophers call this the egocentric predicament. You are sealed alone inside your own skull, and from the inside, a perfect fake and the real thing look exactly the same. Think about your dreams. While you are inside them, you never stop to think any of it is strange. But right now, while you are awake, what wider world are you measuring this against? For all you know, you could be a brain floating in a tank of fluid, wired into a computer that feeds you the exact electrical signals of a real life, the taste of coffee, the weight of a blanket, or the face of someone you love. You would have no way to discover the tank because every test you could run, every pinch, every glance at your hands, would just be more signal from the same machine. Even if the world around you is real, your choices within it are almost certainly not your own. When you walk into a grocery store and reach for a bottle of soda or a bag of chips, you think it's your own appetite speaking. In reality, you are losing a battle you didn't even know you were fighting. In the 1980s, a scientist named Howard Moskowitz was paid to find a specific number, the bliss point. This is the exact point of sugar, salt or fat, where your brain can no longer say no. In nature, food is usually one thing or another. An apple is sweet but has no fat. A steak has fat but no sugar. Almost nothing in the natural world combines high fat and high sugar at the same time, except for one thing, breast milk. This is the very first thing you were built to want. When you bite into a donut, your brain reads it as the richest food on earth, triggering an ancient eat as much as you can signal that has no off switch, because, for our ancestors, sugar and fat were incredibly rare. But the food industry didn't stop at cravings. They engineered vanishing caloric density. Take a Cheeto. It is designed to melt the instant it touches your tongue, which tricks your brain into thinking you haven't actually eaten anything. You can finish an entire bag while your brain still thinks you are empty. This wasn't an accident. In the 1980s, the tobacco industry, the same companies that spent decades engineering cigarette addiction, bought the biggest food brands on your shelf, moving their chemists and their strategies into the business of feeding you. They took your ancient survival system and turned it into a business, and for years they've watched you blame yourself for a fight that was never meant to be fair. If your physical cravings are rigged, your social mind is even worse. Imagine you walk into a room 5 minutes late. You feel every head turn. You are certain everyone is judging the coffee stain on your sleeve or your messy hair. This is the spotlight effect. Psychologists at Cornell University proved that while you feel twice as visible as you actually are, in reality, fewer than 25% of people notice you at all. You are the star of your own movie, so you assume everyone else is the audience, but they aren't. They are busy starring in their own movies, worried about their own stains. Your brain forces this extreme self-consciousness on you because of our evolutionary history. For 300 years, humans lived in small tribes of Wushu Duin, 150 people. In that world, your reputation was a survival tool. If the tribe saw you as strange, you could be pushed away from the fire and into the dark, which meant certain death. Your brain is still running this ancient software, convinced that every pair of eyes is a potential threat to your survival. You are performing for a tribe that isn't watching, driven by a fear that no longer has a purpose. The truth is, we are living in a state of evolutionary mismatch. We are an animal that got way too powerful, way too fast, for its own wiring to handle. Our spines are essentially a horizontal bridge that evolution tried to stand upright. Consequently, 80% of us experience chronic back pain because our vertebrae compress under a gravity they were never meant to handle. Our immune systems, built to fight parasites on the savannah, now go to war against harmless pollen and peanuts because they are calibrated for a world that no longer exists. We are the only species on Earth that knows it is going to die. Other animals don't have existential crises or build religions to cope with the terror of mortality. We walk around with enough consciousness to sense that something is off, but we are unable to figure out what. We have gone from sharpened rocks to nuclear weapons in a geological blink of an eye. We aren't participating in Earth's ecosystem, we are taking it apart, behaving more like an invasive species than a natural part of the loop. Even your own history is a fabrication. You lived an entire life before the age of 3. You took your first steps, said your first words, and you remember none of it. This infantile amnesia happened because your baby brain was too busy growing. The explosion of new neurons required to build your mind actually overwrote the connections that held your earliest memories. You had to destroy the baby you were to become the person you are now, and that process of forgetting doesn't stop. You will likely die 3 times. The first is when your body stops. The second is when you are put in the ground. The third is the moment, roughly 3 generations from now, when someone says your name for the very last time. Within 70 to 90 years, you will be as forgotten as your great-grandparents are to you now. We couldn't keep Mozart's body or Valentino's name. And we won't keep yours. From the perspective of the 4.5 billion years of Earth's history, all of human existence is just one single kernel of popcorn in a stadium-sized pile, the world of money, of social status, and even of your own senses is a game that has been rigged for 10 years. Whether it is Roman emperors watering down their silver coins or modern food companies calculating your bliss point, the rules were designed to keep you playing without noticing the machinery. But a rigged game only works as long as the person being played can't see it. Now you see it. Although you can never truly verify if the ground under you is solid rock or running code, there is exactly one thing that no demon, no tank, and no computer can take from you: the fact that something right now is being experienced at all. You are the one standing on the ground, getting to wonder about any of this at all. So since the stage is an illusion, and the audience isn't watching, you are finally free to stop performing. The only truth is this moment. Whatever this world is, you are in it. So you might as well be here for it.